What is going on, everybody? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley, and welcome to Steelers Almighty pregame show. Pittsburgh Steelers host the New York Jets. Man, this is a big football game for both teams. But for the Steelers, big football game. Russell Wilson's going to be making his first start, although it hasn't officially been announced. But he's going to be making his first starts. The Jets are coming in as a desperate football team, man. The Jets got to win this football game. They fired their coach. They changed offensive coordinators. They made a big trade to get a big-time receiver in Davante Adams. They're thinking, if we can't go to Pittsburgh and win this game, what else is left for us to do? That's why I think it's going to be a really intriguing football game. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see it. So let's get this thing up and going, people. First things first, if you guys want to control the conversation, you know how to do that. Super chats are wide open. To make sure you go right to the front of the line. We appreciate any way that you want to help support the show. It's absolutely appreciated. So thank you guys very much. Also, 15 minutes after the game, you know we're going to be right here doing exactly what we're doing right now, talking about what the Steelers did. So make sure you come back. Not only get hyped for the game right now, but make sure you come back. Let's get into this, people. So, what are we thinking? First off, let's just talk about it. How are we feeling about Russell Wilson getting the start? One thing I want to caution all Steeler fans. Russell Wilson could play the worst football game of his entire life tonight. As long as he doesn't get hurt, he will start next week against the Giants, okay? So we don't even need to come up with all the conversation about, oh, he played bad, he's not going to play next week, we need to go back to Fields. Stop. That's not happening. I've followed the Steelers long enough. I know Mike Tomlin well enough to know his decisions. I'm telling you right now, Russell Wilson could play the worst football game of his life, and he will start next week. So I don't know. It is what it is. Look, I agree that we needed to see what was going on with Russell Wilson. If he was the starter and that's who you believed earned the job, which I'm not sure how you could think he earned the job since he was hurt all training camp, but whatever. I get it. Fields left the door open. He didn't play well enough. I'm not saying he played terrible, but he didn't play well enough for you to think, oh, man, this offense, you can't take him out. Well, yeah, you can, actually. You can. Are we going to have some deficiencies? Yes. Russell Wilson's not a statue back there. People acting like he's just some statue that can't move. That's not true. But he's not even remotely close to what Justin Fields is as far as getting out of the pocket, using his legs, not in the same stratosphere. I mean, just not. However, what he does give you that Fields doesn't do is he can see the football field. He can make accurate throws. You know, I know he doesn't like throwing the ball over the middle, but he can make the throws that Fields just doesn't make as far as getting the ball to playmakers in a position where they can do something with it. His ball placement is better. His accuracy is better. You know, getting through his progressions, better. But we're going to have to see it, man. We're just going to have to see it because I will be placing all the blame on him and Mike Tomlin if the offense looks the exact same way that it's looked before. Don't get me wrong. We got to have better play calling. Got to have better offensive line play. Got to have wide receivers get some damn separation and catch the football when they do. All of that stuff. It can't just all be on Russell Wilson. We can't expect him to make the sun shine every day, you know? But he's got to do his part. Everybody else got to do their part. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be tough. Zach Frazier's out. I mean, and the Jets defense is really good. There ain't no doubt about it. Their pass defense is number 2 in the league. 2, not 22, number 2 in the league. You know, so it's going to be tough. Running the football, going to be tough. So I'm going to be interested to see how the Steelers attack this thing. I think they got to come out throwing the football. I do. Now, here's what I will say. The Jets haven't been great against the run. They haven't been great. And I know they got the number 2 pass defense, but I think to try to set up the run, I think we got to start taking some more shots down the field. And we got to throw the football and attack them down the field. I think we got to do that. If not, could be a long night. Could be a long night. But I'm confident. I'm confident because I think the Steelers are going to be able to get after the Jets. I do. On the defensive side of the ball, we get Alex Highsmith back. We got TJ Watt. Their tackles are terrible. Their line is terrible. Let's not kid ourselves. The Jets' entire offensive line is terrible. They can't run the football. If they run the football on us tonight, like remember the Cowboys, how bad the Cowboys were coming into the game and after they played the Steelers, I'm going to be furious. I'm just going to be furious. I don't want to hear the nonsense. So I don't want to hear the nonsense. Bottom line is this is a game the Steelers should win. I know they're not favored. They're underdogs at home, -2.5. I get it. I get that Aaron Rodgers is on the other side. Davante Adams, look, their wide receiving core is now crazy. Davante Adams, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, hell, Mike Williams, who hadn't done much, he's even out there. I mean, their wide receiving core is nuts. But you can get after Aaron Rodgers, okay? You just got to get after him. Keep hitting him. Don't let him run the football. And for God's sake, don't let him just keep dinking and dunking to Breece Hall out of the backfield because Breece Hall, another guy, a beast. Can't let him do it. We just have to attack him. We got to be in attack mode all night long. Attack mode on defense all night long. And we'll settle with the results, okay? But we got to attack them. Don't sit back on your heels. Get out of that damn zone that we've been sitting in where teams are picking us apart. Start blitzing a little bit more, and let's just get after these guys and see what happens, man. Let's get after them. So, I don't think it's insane that we're underdogs at home. The teams or the odds maker tends to look at rosters. And if you're just looking at the roster, the Steelers, their team, their roster, or the Jets, I should say, their roster is better than the Steelers. It just is. Their roster is better than ours from man to man. Does that mean they're the better team? No. Does that mean they're better coach? No. But if you're just looking at the roster and you just pick up a piece of paper and you line theirs up with ours, theirs better than ours. Okay, I can live with that. But that doesn't mean they're better. You know, matchups are everything. And I think the matchups are pretty close to even. But if the Steelers can run the football and control some clock and then get after Rodgers, they'll win the game. And that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting. What do you guys got? Somebody got in here and did something crazy in the chat. What are you guys talking about in the chat, man? Let me see. Talking about Russell being able to look at the pre-snap better than Fields? Yeah. I still believe Justin can be the future. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with it at all. I think Justin Fields can still be the future. I think he can. Will he? I don't know. But I still think he can be the future. I don't think there's any reason for the Steelers to give up on him yet. I think he showed enough. But in saying that, I think if Russell Wilson was your guy to start the year, then I think you've got to say, okay, this is going to be the guy moving forward. This is going to be that guy. And I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that moving forward. If that's the way we're doing it and that's the way we're looking at it, give him an opportunity. But again, I just want to caution Steeler fans out there, if you believe that one bad game from Russell Wilson tonight, the worst game that he's ever played in his whole life, if you think that's going to be bad enough, as long as he's healthy, to not start next week, you're kidding yourself, because that's going to happen. That's going to happen. So we got to hope Russ plays good. That's all I want. I just want to win. Again, these are games that we can win. They really are. These are football games that the Steelers can win. And this is another one. I mean, we go 5-2 and our offense hasn't really played well all season. Come on, man. It sets us up for some stuff. We know what the back end of our schedule looks like. We know we're going to have some challenges there. So this has got to be a game we win, man. We do. We do. So Leonard says, let me see here. Bad matchup. Rodgers throws quick, decisive throws, and will exploit the bit. Here's the thing. If you've been paying any attention to the Jets, that's not how Rodgers has been playing this year. He hasn't been making quick, decisive throws. That's not how he's been playing. Not to mention, he hasn't had time to be able to do that against teams that have a worse pass rush than what the Steelers have. That's the difference. But yeah, Rodgers hasn't been just lighting it up, making these quick decisions. That's not what's happening here at all. So while I agree it could be, that's just not how he's played all season. So that's just not how it's gone all season. My man, Claude Bishop. Imagine if Brian Flores was our DC. Then they would be underdogs. They wouldn't be underdogs at home. Yeah, you're probably right, but he isn't our DC. So let's not talk about things that are hypotheticals. That doesn't help us tonight, my man. I appreciate the super chat, though. I appreciate you coming in, Claude. You know you're my guy. You absolutely know you're my guy. But we can't talk about hypotheticals when we're walking into a football game. That does not help the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight. Just doesn't. So, my man, Capricorn Steel, we appreciate you, man. Thank you. So, we definitely do need this one. We need this one. I know a lot of people don't think, I've talked to some people online, they're saying that this is not a make or break game for the Steelers. I disagree. I totally disagree. I think this is a huge game for the Steelers. I think this is a huge game. Appreciate the super chat, Capricorn Steel. We always do, man. We thank you for your support of this channel. We really do. Thank you. But yeah, I think this is a huge game for the Steelers. Huge. So I just believe they got to go and win this football game. I do. I don't see number one, I don't see a reason why we can't go win the game. There's some games that you come into and you're like, okay, I don't know. This shouldn't be one of those games. There are paths to winning this football game. Now, is it going to be 13-10, 17-16? I'll take it. I predicted 17-16 Steelers win. Boz gives us one late. Okay, I'll live with it. I will live with it. But I want to see more aggressive play calling out of Arthur Smith. I want to see even more explosion. We saw Najee last week be explosive. I got to see it again, Najee. I got to see it again, my man. And I get it. It's a better defense. I understand. But we need more. We need more. We need Broderick Jones to show up. Broderick Jones has to show up. I'm not saying he's got to play an elite game. I think we're kidding ourselves this late into the season thinking that Broderick Jones is just going to be he's going to flip a switch and be a different football player. I don't think that's happening. But what I will say is he can be better than what he's been the last 2 weeks. Last week, he was pathetic. Pathetic. He's got to be better. He's got to be better. So he's got to be better. And we need Russ to play well. We need Russ to play well, you know. But here's the thing. If he doesn't, I'll be right there with you crushing him. I'll be with you. Not just him. Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin will deserve a lot of the blame if Russell Wilson doesn't play well. Now, if Russell Wilson goes out there and he gets sacked 10 times, okay. I mean, what are you going to do? But if that's Justin Fields, does he get sacked the 10 times? You know what I'm saying? It's got to be a give and take, man. It's got to be. So, do I think Highsmith will have a sack tonight? Yeah, I do. You know, we talked to Matt O'Leary from Just Jets. We had him on the scouting report. If you haven't seen that before the game, make sure you check it out once we're done here. And we talked to him from Just Jets, and he was talking about them putting a tight end on Tyron Smith's side to help. And I'm like, well, you can do that. Okay. But then you're going to leave TJ Watt alone on the backside? I don't know if that's the best idea. So I think this has got to be a night where Alex Highsmith eats, because I still believe they're going to try to double TJ Watt. And if they do, then Alex Highsmith has to eat. He's got to kill Tyron Smith. Put him in retirement. Just put him right into retirement. I think that's what needs to happen. So let's see. Captain Russ always does his very best. Oh my gosh. Russ gives it his all to his teammates. Count on it. The big scare is the O-line. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to go that far and say that Russ is Captain Save a Steeler. I'm not going to do that. But what I believe is Russ has just got to play well. He's got to play well. So, and there's a lot of people. My man Claude says should have started Russ in the second half of the Raiders game last week. Why? For what? Hey, no, you don't do that. Not in the middle of the game. Here's the thing. If Justin Fields truly, we believe he can be the future, and I think that he can be. If that's what we truly believe, his confidence is already shattered because you took the starting job away from him. Now do you want to crush him by benching him at halftime? No. You can't do that. Not if you think this guy's the future. Now, if you don't and you don't care, that's a different conversation for a different day. But I don't think you should. There was no need to do that. So there was no need to do that. No need. This is a great point right here. Game is really about the O-line. Yeah, it is. If the O-line shows up, the Steelers got a chance. If the O-line is pathetic, the Steelers won't even be able to move the football because the Jets' defense is that good. But they're not great against the run. That's the whole thing. They're not great against the run. That's why not having 54 out there makes me nervous, is because there's holes in that defense to run it against. But not having 54 is a backbreaker. It's a backbreaker. So, but I agree. This game is about the offensive line. What can the offensive line do? So, Oscar, bring up a good point. My man Oscar Howard, he says Tomlin's going to get blamed no matter what. Win, lose, or draw, Tomlin gets no credit, but all the blame. That's not true. That's not true at all. Mike Tomlin gets a ton of credit when the Steelers play well. He gets a ton of credit. That's not true. I get where you're trying to go with that, but it's just blatantly not true. Mike Tomlin gets a ton of credit when the Pittsburgh Steelers win, because what he gets credit for is saying that the Steelers win despite what their roster is, despite what their offense has put out on the field. Tomlin gets a ton of credit, tons of credit, sometimes more than what he deserves, but he gets a ton of credit, and he should. I'm not saying he shouldn't get that credit. I'm not that guy, but you know me. I'm going to call it down the line. I'm going to call it exactly how I see it, whether you agree or disagree. But let's not be the Tomlin doesn't get credit thing. He does. He absolutely does. However, he also gets blamed when things go wrong, which he should. I mean, he should. So we'll see tonight. We'll see how it works out. So, do you think our secondary can hold Jets wide receivers? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I worry about the Beanie Bishop matchup and where he lines up. Because what I have a feeling is that they are going to line Garrett Wilson in the slot to take advantage of Beanie Bishop, either him or Davante Adams. That's what I feel. And if they do that, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. I would almost prefer to have Joey Porter follow one of those two, no matter if he's in the slot or he's outside, whatever. I would almost prefer that and say, look, Beanie, you got to take Allen Lazard in any 3 receiver looks. That's your guy. I don't know that I even like that matchup, to be honest with you, but I would rather do that than for them to say, we're going to put Garrett Wilson or Davante Adams in the slot, and Beanie Bishop, we need you to hold up, because that's not a good plan. That's not a good plan. So we got to put up some points tonight. I agree. Steelers got to put up some points tonight, people. It's going to be tough, but the NFL is tough. You know what I'm saying? We can't continuously say, oh, well, it's tough to go against these guys. It's tough. Fine. It's tough to go against everybody. Okay. But we got to put up some points. We got to put up some points. You know, we've got to figure out a way to do it. Do I expect it? No. But that's what it just needs to happen. We can't try to score. We're not beating the Jets scoring 13 points tonight. I don't believe that's going to happen. Anything can happen in the National Football League, but I just don't believe that specifically will happen. I don't believe that. But we'll see. But I think we got to put up some points. So, man, we need Sutton. A lot of people have said that. A lot of people have said we need Cam Sutton back. And I don't disagree. We need him back. But the guy that we really need back that nobody is talking about is Corey Trice Jr. That's who we need back. Because if he comes back, you can put him on the outside and you can move Dante Jackson inside. That's who we need back. Don't get me wrong. I want Cam Sutton back. But I think we're getting over our skis a little bit talking and thinking that Cam Sutton is just the savior of this secondary. Like he's some all-world football player. He wasn't. Remember, now granted, he got cut for different reasons from Detroit, but he wasn't great in Detroit last year. And even the last year of the Steelers, which he was good, but he wasn't spectacular. Like, oh my God, Cam Sutton. Oh, we got to have that guy. That wasn't what he was in Pittsburgh. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let him go. All the money that the Steelers spend on defense, you think they would have just let him walk out the door if he was spectacular? No. So don't get me wrong. Upgrade over Beanie Bishop for sure. Upgrade. But I don't want us to think that some reason that he's just the savior of all saviors and is just this all-pro player that we have that's being suspended. That ain't true. That ain't true. But he will help. Don't get me wrong. He will help. But Corey Trice Jr. is the guy I believe is the key. I think we got to get Corey Trice Jr. back. So let's see. My man Robert says, Big B, if Broderick Jones is the MVP of this game, will you put on Broderick Jones' jersey? Well, first of all, you all know my feelings about jerseys. I just don't buy people's jerseys. But I'll make you this bet right now. I will make everybody this deal right now. If Broderick Jones is the MVP of this game, I will buy a Broderick Jones jersey. I've never bought a jersey a day in my life. Not one. That's just not what I do. That's just not what I do. My best friend in the world played in the NFL for 10 years, and I didn't buy his jersey. I'm not buying nobody else's, damn it. But I'm a man of my word. Let Broderick Jones have the game of his life and be the MVP of this game. I will buy a Broderick Jones jersey. I'm that committed to wanting this kid to snap out of it. I am that committed. That's all I'll tell you. I'm that committed to it. So if that happens, you will see me as soon as it can possibly get here in a Broderick Jones jersey. That much I can assure you. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. I want you to hold me to it. I want you to hold me to it. That's what. Here's the thing. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. If Broderick Jones plays well, what does that mean? I'll have somebody answer in the chat. I won't even answer. If Broderick Jones plays well, what does that mean for the Pittsburgh Steelers? I'll wait. Let me get a drink of water. Yeah, if old Broderick Jones, if he plays well, what does that mean for the Pittsburgh Steelers? There it is, Capricorn. We won. If Broderick Jones is out there knocking people around, pushing people around, then it means the Pittsburgh Steelers are winning the football game. And that's all I care about. I don't care. Y'all know what me. Y'all know my philosophy. I just want to win. If we could score 1 point every week and win, I'd take it. If that was a possibility. If we could win all year on nothing but safeties and we won 2-0 every game, I would take it. I'd have to triple my heart or my blood pressure medicine. I'd have to do that. I probably had to get a new TV because I'm going to be breaking it by throwing stuff at it because we can't do nothing on offense, but we won the football game. So write it down, take a picture, anything you want. Let Broderick Jones ball out tonight. I'm buying a Broderick Jones jersey. Period. Matter of fact, I'll even buy an autographed Broderick Jones jersey. I'll buy it. I don't care because I want to see him snap out of it because I believe that he's better than what we are seeing. I believe it. We just got to get it out. I believe it. So, yeah, that's a good point. We're probably going to need an all 22 on just Broderick Jones to determine his MVP status. Yeah, we're probably going to need that. But that's fine. We can do that too. So, hey, man, I'm going big because that's how much I believe in the kid's talent. We just got to find it. You know, that's my thing. We just got to somehow get it out of him because the talent is there. Now it's just the want to. And if we can figure that out, my mom's calling me. She needs to stop calling. If we can figure that out, then I think we got something. So let's see. We got to get Peyton Wilson to stop overplaying the run. Man, I'm glad you see it just like I've seen it. He's so anxious to make plays. I'm like, just get to your gap. Every time you overrun a play, all they do is push you by. NFL running backs cut back. I get it in college. In college, you were good enough to overrun plays, run around to block from an offensive lineman, and still make the play. You're not that guy in the NFL. You're not going to be able to do that. Guys can't run around blocks in the NFL. That doesn't work. That does not work. And that's what he's been doing. He's got to get out of that habit of run. Oh, he's cutting back. I'll just run around this offensive lineman that's trying to block me and make the tackle at the line. No, you're not. Not in the NFL, you're not. The offensive linemen are too athletic. They're too athletic. You're not doing it. You're just not doing it. But I get it, though. I get it. Let's see. Broderick did last year. Broderick was fine last year, man. We just got to see it this year. We got to see more. Hey, we had another guy jumping in the chat, throwing in a bunch of stuff. We don't need that, people. Relax. We're just trying to have some fun with the Steelers here. What else y'all want to see, man? What else y'all think needs to happen? Obviously, we got to keep playing well in special teams. Steelers have played some really good special teams this year. That's got to continue. We need George Pickens. Right? I'll say it again. We need George Pickens. We need George. And you know who else we need? Enough's enough. Enough is a effing enough. We got to have Roman Wilson. Look, I like Calvin Austin. I think there's a place for Calvin Austin. I don't think we go to Calvin Austin enough, but we got to have Roman Wilson. Van Jefferson is a fine blocker. Apparently, Roman Wilson is just as good. Let's get his ass out on the football field, and let's throw him the football, please. Enough's enough. That's who we got to. We need George. We need Calvin, but I need some Roman Wilson. I need that. So I need that. If because otherwise, why did we take this guy? And don't give me no ankle nonsense. I don't want to hear it. That was over 2 months ago, almost 3 months ago now. I don't want to hear that his ankle's hurt. That ain't true. It's time to get him out on the football field, meaningful snaps, and throw him the football. Here's what I would say. A guy like Ricky Pearsall played today for the San Francisco 49ers. That man got shot in the chest. Just think about that. He got shot in the damn chest. The bullet went out of his back. He's catching footballs today in a game. So I don't want to hear the nonsense. And I get it. He was a first-round pick. Roman Wilson was a third-round pick. That doesn't matter. I need to see him out there playing some meaningful snaps. Get him out there, throwing the football. Pat Freiermuth, again, I think Pat Freiermuth is underutilized. Now, maybe some of it he's not open, which I think that's some of it, but we got to start throwing him the football more too. Calvin Austin, the same thing. So, yeah, we need some Roman Wilson tonight. Roman Wilson is inactive? You're lying. I haven't even looked. I'll be honest. I did not look at the inactives. You are lying. You are lying. Roman Wilson is inactive. Unbelievable. With a hamstring injury. I'm done with Roman Wilson. I'm going to say it right now. Never mind. I'm done with Roman Wilson. I'm done with it. Yep, hamstring. I'm done with them. Sorry. I don't blame injuries on people. I'm not blaming them for being hurt. But why? If you're always hurt, how are you helping my football team? You know what I'm saying? Sorry. Done with them. Done with them. Can't. I mean, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. At what point? So, some of y'all might be mad at me. You can be mad. I don't care. If you can't help my football team ever, what am I supposed to do? Inactive. Unbelievable. With the hamstring. It's always something, man. It's always something. Oh, well. It is what it is. And I apologize. I usually always look at the inactives. I did not look at them tonight. I was fired up for the football game. So, Phew. Well, there goes that. Because I feel, I'm sorry, Van Jefferson just doesn't get separation. But we'll see. We'll see. Let me look at this, though. What else y'all got, man? What else do y'all have? Do. Yep, that's what I thought. Now, we'll get a little bit of a reprieve because DJ Reed's not playing tonight. DJ Reed's pretty good. So, DJ Reed is pretty good. Watching Brian Thomas on the Jags instead of getting a red flag tackle with an injury history out of the season. Yeah. And he seems to be doing just fine with the Jags. Played pretty well today, didn't he? Been playing pretty well all year. Oh, well. Can't worry about what we can't control, people. Cannot worry about it. So, here's a good one. But Zerker, why is it that our coaching staff cannot seem to ready these rookies at the beginning of the season? Half the other teams do it easy peasy. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. That's been a pet peeve of mine for a while. All these other teams seem to be able to get their rookies up to speed quickly. The Steelers always want to slow play it. I'm like, why are we slow playing it? What's the point in slow playing all of this? You know, get the guys out there. Get them ready. Be ready to go. So, I don't know. Either way, man, we're going to shut this one down. We're going to get you guys ready for the game, man. So, I appreciate y'all showing up, showing out. Remember, as always, we will be here 15 minutes after the game, win or lose. Make sure you guys come back. Anybody that's in here that is not already subscribed, remember to subscribe. Remember to like, follow any videos out there that you see. Remember to leave those comments. But more importantly, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Again, big game tonight. Steelers got to win. Steelers just got to win. So we will see it. I got it 17-16. Pittsburgh wins it. Boz gets us one late. I'm confident. I feel good about it. We got to go out there and make it happen. Until then, everybody, let's get this thing done. Here we go, Steelers, and aloha. I will catch you guys after the game.